Hi, this is me, I'm Robin from Bush, and you are watching a Rock and Live. Don't turn it off. I worked with a club dance band called Fluke, which are very well known in the UK, maybe in Europe too, I guess. And I was with a band called Spear of Destiny, which is a big band in the UK from the 80s, and so I toured with them for 3 years. And then I formed a band called Stone Gods with Dan Hawkins from Darkness. Do you know the band Darkness?
Yeah.
English rock band, The Darkness. Yeah, I formed a band with him. We made an album, did tours for 2 years, and then Dan reformed Darkness with his brother, and Bush came back together again.
Okay, and when
about 18 months ago.
Okay, and how?
Just Gavin just called me and said, I've written some songs. I think they're Bush songs because he's done his own solo work. And we talked, and then we decided to record together. You know, he wanted to be back in Bush, you know, so we decided that was cool.
Okay.
And here we are. Well, I think that there are elements. I think in the first Bush record had a little bit of English in it, because that was what attracted a lot of Americans, was we didn't sound like everybody. You know, everybody was trying to sound like an American grunge band, you know, and we sounded like them. We sounded similar, but the difference was we were English. And I guess over the years, that's been blurred, you know. There's not so much. I think there are a lot of English bands try to sound like American bands because they want to be successful. But then I think there's some classic rock to what we do as well. I think there is a Bush sound which I don't hear any American bands doing so much, you know. So a bit of both.
Okay.
Well, Gavin has a studio now in his house in Los Angeles, so he did a lot of work with John Ewing and a lot of work with Bob Rock, he writes his songs with John a lot. John is the engineer. He writes songs, and then he makes them into really great demos, you know. And then what we did this record was I played the drums to the demos with Bob Rock in a really good studio, which is no longer in a very famous studio called Sound City Studios in Los Angeles. So we just do a block of songs. I'd go in and play 4 songs, do the drums, then they go back to Gavin's studio and work on it. So he just would build these amazing pictures. I go play my drums on them, they go back to his, then him and Bob would, you know, create stuff. Chris played a lot of guitar with me when we were recording drums. Chris did a lot of his solos along with the drums, because it really helps the solo and the drummer if you know what the solo is, you know, because you drop around, you're dropping things to work together. So we did a lot of that, which is why this record, I think, has excited people, because that we hadn't done that for a couple of albums. It was, you know, a lot of the time we do the drums, then you do the guitar, then you do the bass. And this was more, kind of mixed it up, and I think it made for a more exciting record, because I knew what was happening, you know. So that worked well for us. Yes, Gavin wrote the songs, but then everybody took their time to make their part and then collaborate on making sure that the right part, you know, it was considered. We had time to consider. We wanted it to be a great record, so we were not going to just make it fast, and you know. And Gavin has a great idea. He knows what he wants to hear, but he wants the personalities to be there as well. Mm-hmm. You know, otherwise it just sounds like Gavin record, you know, which he's already done.
It's dangerous cause the people are struggling. It's dangerous cause...
Well, I think technology's improved, you know, but yeah, we use guitars, you know, I mean, we use distorted guitars, we're a rock band, you know, that's what we do. We don't, I think that I think this record sounds quite modern as well as having, you know, I don't think it sounds like our early records. I think it's a good transition for me. So, I mean, we were happy with loud guitars, and we always were. Well, for us, we've left the music industry. In the US, we no longer have a record label. We own our own records, make our own records, and employ a company to distribute and promote and do all that. But we don't have no record contract in America now, because we believe that that's the future. You know, the record industry has killed itself by not moving fast enough with the internet, and you know, it's got away from them, and now they try and sign bands to contracts that mean that the bands will never make money. But a record, so you pay for the offices, you pay for all the staff, you do the work, you make the record, and then you make no money. So we decided that we knew we had a big enough name that we could make a record and just with Bush on it, you know, say this is the new Bush album, and with a great team of people we could let everybody know about that album, and that's how we've done it. And you know, we've had the #1 song on the radio in America or in Canada. You know, Europe is different. We have a record label in Europe, as you know, because it's too fragmented. There's, you know, every country needs a person in it. The US, you can have one good team, which is what we've done. So, I mean, I believe the record industry is going to struggle. It's going to get worse and worse for record labels, because they, you know, I mean, it's okay if they don't have to spend the money to make the records, you know, because you pay for every failure as well as success. You have one successful record that has to pay for 5 failures. So now it's us. We use our money, and so far it's gone very well. You know, we have. I mean, you don't sell many records nowadays. I mean, compared to, we sold millions of records in the 90s, and now, you know, you sell a tenth of that, and that's still considered successful. So it's about, I guess it's about, you have to use different ways to make money now as well. You know, more live, lots more licensing to TV, lots of things that in the 90s nobody ever did. Now, I mean, rap music started all that whole, you know, selling your song to Coca-Cola, selling your song to McDonald's. You know, nobody cares. It's like when we grew up, would be uncool, you know, to be associated with a big corporation. Now it's everything. You know. Not that we've done that yet, but you know, we're aware of it. I mean, most of our entire tour of Germany that we just did was magnificent. We had, because we'd not played Germany for 10 years, we didn't know what to expect. In the US, because we've always been on the radio in America, we're one of the 10th most played bands in America on the radio. Over the last, even though we did not exist as a band, our music was still played every day. So we knew in America it was not such a big thing. People would remember us, you know. But in Germany, you know, we spoke to the German record label. They said, well, there is no real rock radio in Germany. You know, people don't. How they keep bands alive, I don't know. You know.
In France, yeah.
So we went to Germany, and we sold out every show, and people were going crazy for the band. You know, as if we'd never been gone. So I feel that to me was the biggest surprise of this tour, since we started in June this year. America, we expected that. It's the enthusiasm, you know. Germany, we hoped, but it's now been proved, you know, and to a degree, you know, Holland and everywhere, people are coming out. But I don't know how young people are getting to hear our music. I don't know how they find us, you know, because there's young people in the crowd. I don't know tonight. We'll see tonight in Paris, but you know, whether it's just the people from 10 years ago who will be, you know, 35 or, you know, whatever age, 30 minimum, because they'd had to be able to get into a club 10 years ago, you know, or whether like in America and in Germany, and there are people who are 20 years old. It's like, well, how do you hear of us? You know, that we've still got to work out. So for me, like I said, Germany was exciting. the whole country. My older brother was a drummer. We shared a bedroom. He's 5 years older than me. We shared a bedroom. He bought a drum kit when he was about 14. I was 9. When I got to about 11 or 12, he let me get on it and play once in a while. And then when he left to go to university, when I was 30, he left it for me for my 13th birthday. Gave me a card, happy birthday, and he drew the drum kit and just gave it to me. And that was it. I had a drum kit in my bedroom at 13. I was very lucky, you know. Not a very good one, but it was good enough to learn. So my brother was the inspiration. Never tired of playing the old songs. I mean, we're playing a lot of hits. We're playing a lot of old songs because we know that people want to hear songs from 16 Stone, you know, songs from Razor Blade Suitcase. They want to hear those, so we play those. But we're just playing the new record and all the songs that everybody knows. I mean, every night's a fun night. Come Down is always the celebration song of the show, you know, for me. So, you know, I'm not tired of any of them yet. Some of them are 20 years old, you know. That's always a challenge, but no, so far there's still life, you know. They still feel, because we wrote them, you know, and they've lived with us a long time. They're like children, you know. They get older, but you don't. It's not like you dislike them. You hope. December next year now.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, we finish December this year in the US again. We go back to the US after the weekend, and then we tour for 2.5 more weeks. Then we finish, and next year we play in Asia and Australia in February, have March off, and then May, June, July in America. Come to Europe for July and part of July, August, maybe a bit of September. Then we probably tour America October, November, December. Then we'll see. You know, if people still want us, we'll keep touring. We're enjoying it. It's fun for us. Well, it's a lot easier than it used to be because of laptop computers, the internet. You know, you can always find some entertainment. You know, it was always a lot harder. Used to read more. You know, in the old days, you used to just read books and books and books because you'd be in France or Germany. Televisions, no English. You know, so now it's a lot easier. You have a hard drive. You know, you can have 300 movies with you on tour, so it's a lot easier, you know, traveling and you know, everything. Yeah, I mean, and we're lucky that we can stay in nice hotels. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, we're older, but yeah, we still have the energy of the young men. You know, we're still the gladiators.
Yeah, okay, do you have a secret to keep the rhythm?
Keep the rhythm alive. I don't know. It's in you. It's in your body. You know. It's in you. When you don't think, it's probably its best. Once you've done your thinking, you've made your part, you've made your record. When you play, you don't think. You just play. That's how I like to be. When I'm like that, that's the most fun. And with the whole band, it's playing like that right now. You know, there is occasional days, but it's a good. The 2 new band members, you know, are younger, slightly younger guys. And their enthusiasm really helps, you know. They have a lot of energy, and they're creative. You know, it's given me and Gavin a lot of help. You know, so it feels pretty fresh. You know, and you know, we've got half of the next record already written. So we're happy because we feel like this is a 3 or 4 year thing. You know, we will go back to Los Angeles, make another record, and come straight back out and just go, here we are again. You know, just hopefully build a nice relationship with the world again. You know, after a 10-year hiatus. Well, how long may they remain? May they never find a cure for their addiction.